What's up, apples and avocados? I'm Odd, by the way. Do you like my shirt? I made it myself. Like, actually totally made it myself. I sewed it. I picked out the pattern, which I love. These little moths. Look at how cute they are. Look at how cute they are. It's a flannel. It kind of feels like a pajama shirt almost. But that's okay because it's super comfy. And it's been a little bit chilly, even though it's already April here. But April showers, my hometown tends to stay pretty gloomy throughout the spring into the summer. It's a little long on me. I can put my thumbs in the sleeve plackets like that, you know, because the arms are long. Which is all well and good, of course, because these sleeve plackets took forever. It's like all the big stuff in sewing is like fairly straightforward, and then the little stuff is like, here's 87 steps on how to do it. But that's not why you're here today. You're here for drawing. So I'm going to shut up about my new current fixation, which happens to be sewing. And we're going to talk a little bit about drawing. Now, if you saw what I'm likely going to make the title of this video, I'm going to be using the color filters on my computer to invert my canvas and hopefully not my webcam. I think that it'll stay the same. The inverted view is normal colored on OBS. It's very confusing and I might minimize it just for the heck of it, but I might also try to reference my face and how it looks, because we're going to be drawing a character, I think a human, which is kind of hard mode for me, and see how close I can get to making it look somewhat okay, and we'll reveal it at the end. So that should be fun. But yeah, I'm not totally sure where to start, but I guess at the very best we could just get started and go from there. So we're gonna invert the canvas, which is a lot. It's black! Jeez Louise. Oh, and the colors are all inverted? Oh, that's wild. So like this pink, I think, is what I would use to normally... it looks so weird. That's what I would use to normally sketch because I use like a blue. I feels like I know somewhat of the, not really, of the color wheel around here. Like, you'd be surprised how often I'm just kind of like messing around with it. OBS has been minimized and I'm focusing purely on this canvas. Everything looks so spooky. My background looks like a horror game. It's not looking fun. Oh my gosh. So weird. Okay, so I'm just gonna start sketching, I think. And try to do this relatively quick. I'd say a full piece takes me about 2 to 3 hours, depending. I'm gonna try to shorten that up to maybe about an hour so that when I cut it down, it looks good for like 30 minutes. Gosh, the Sims logo looks really cool inverted. They all really kind of do, don't they? Just looking up at my desktop screen, don't mind me. What kind of pose do I want? I'm gonna do something relatively simple. Maybe I could draw a character based off of this moth pattern on my shirt. I do really like it. Do like a little human moth girl. Big eyes. Kind of make her look like a human moth. It's been a minute since I've drawn people. I was drawing a sketchbook and I realized how long it's really been since I've drawn a fully human character and how much my style might have changed. It's so weird drawing on the canvas in black. Cute little bangs. I haven't even done a pose for her yet. She's just a floating head. Don't get ahead of yourself, Odd. Let's see. I never really do this like hands out like bouncy anime girl pose, but you know what? We might roll with it today. It's like my shadow self taking over here because it's completely different than what I'm used to. It's cute though. I have this bad habit of messing up which side I put the thumbs on. It's like, oh, it points towards you, but like when they move. My left and right sense is terrible. So her hands out like that. Her legs kind of part. Kind of like a childish pose almost. Cute. How cute. Give her like little shoes. Or big clunky shoes, I guess. And gosh, I'm having issues registering this sketch in my brain. Like, I could just go for the blues and have the sketch be red. There's nothing wrong with that. But I kind of like it this way. It's like the full inverse of what I'm supposed to do. Or what I like doing, at least. Nothing wrong with sketching in red. I just wound up sketching in blue because it was what was taught to me when I was younger. And then maybe like some like little pieces that like kind of fly away, like they're her little moth antenna. I guess maybe they could be. Self-referencing my own shirt here. Oversized kind of cuteness here. Bunched up a little bit. Making sure everything's well and outlined here, and then we will... I'm a little scared, I don't know. Okay, so white is black. So we're gonna do the outline in white and hope for the best here. Bring down the stone even more. This is so weird. Maybe a little bottom lip. A little implication of a cupid's bow, because I never really draw lips up top. Don't know why. It just looks, I guess, too feminine for like the style that I'm going for. Which is weird, because it's like everybody has a top and bottom lip, but I just like to emphasize the bottom lip over the top. Irises. She doesn't need irises that big. As I make them not that much smaller. Yeah, maybe this is helpful. This does help me focus on the shapes a little bit more, because I'm like, ooh, where does it go? This is the riveting process that I often cut out of my, or at least speed up in my speed paints, is just me silently staring at the canvas and doing stuff like this. This is why I don't often record live, like my live reaction to something, and usually just do a voiceover, but I thought that this would be good for the challenge. And it is a challenge as well to talk to you the entire time and not solely focus on the piece, so I'm going to try to do that. That kind of reminds me of Dora, but that's probably a good way to emphasize the fact that they're bangs. I think that they're split down the middle. Adding detail is going to be interesting because I'm not totally like confident with the idea of doing that with this white. Like my brain doesn't like registering it that way. Emphasize the moth look and little moth, fuzzy moth antennae. She'll be mostly human, okay? I know I said I'd draw a human character, and I still intend to. It's just I liked the idea of the moth, and so I'm running with it. You know, I like fantasy characters. If it wasn't obvious. Oh my gosh, and doing the blush and stuff is gonna be so weird! Ah! It's been a minute since I've just drawn a person character too, like just a random one. It's not something that I often do, and maybe I should be more into it. At least not with you, and not necessarily a full piece. Like I've drawn just like random girl number 7033 in my sketchbook a couple of times, but I never really like spent time making like random characters while I'm recording and while I'm just trying to make cute art. I mean, I'm more of a character focused person, so it makes sense to me. But I like this cheek, this jawline. Let me bring it in a little bit. See, this is my process of making like a really messy sketch and then like almost carving out a drawing from it while I'm doing the lines. Make her head smaller. That's better. Okay. Don't forget her pupils. Talking to myself here. Do her pupils work? Yes. Yes. Okay. Oh gosh, the collar looks incredibly huge on her now. Like that? Sure. Good, I think. I like that, because it's like they don't. I want to be quick about this, not like this. Yes, I'm looking down at my own shirt as a reference. Shush. It's kind of what this is inspired by, so we're just gonna go with it. And hey, I mean, like learning how to sew, I feel like has helped me learn, like understand, like maybe like wardrobe design a little bit better. I've never been a big design person. But even when it comes to simple clothes, like there is obviously an element of design to them. And it's good to know how that works, I think. I mean, obviously, especially for characters. It's like with bodies, it's like once you learn how it works, you can learn how to sympathize. You can learn how to simplify it and stylize it. As again, I look at my own hands for reference. It's gonna be kind of a cartoony character, but you know, that's my usual vibe anyway, so. I feel like I always draw my characters with relatively big hands. Like, it's not terrible, but I don't like some of the chunkiness of the fingers here. Thumbs! Good hand. Decent hand. Good enough, I think. My brain is leaking. Hi, I've only been on the computer for a couple of minutes. My nose usually starts running if I've like been on the computer or in front of a light for too long. Maybe it's just the contrast of this canvas. Eyes are like, what are you doing? Looks like a baby hand in comparison. I'm gonna restart that a little bit. Trying to be quick so I can get to the colors, which are probably going to be the hardest part, as opposed to the lining. Good enough. Bring this forward a little bit. There we go. It's the illusion that it's forward, the lines, because that's how that works. Does that make sense? Let's say it does. I cut off some of the shirt I just drew with her boob. That's okay. How did that happen? A bit like her wings, a bit like a skirt, a bit like a shirt. Just go for that kind of feminine look. Which I am not always that great at, I'll admit. I mean, I'm drawing a character that's probably supposed to be more feminine in a flannel. Hold on. I'm translating which side of the shirt the buttons should be on. It doesn't totally matter. Okay, good. Scoot you over a little bit so it looks more like you're buttoned. Good enough. Okay. Legs. Now, do I just want her in like regular jeans? I think I do. I guess I could do shorts because it's kind of the season. It's rolling into the season at least. And like she's got her capris basically and her flannel rolled up because it's getting warmer. I remember when there was a much bigger trend of people drawing like little moth girls. I thought that it was adorable, and I never really drew one for myself, so I guess here we are. Okay. I'm not great at shoes. Let's do kind of like a simple tennis if I can. It's kind of like a short heel boot, like a not short heel, like an ankle boot. A booty. Now that's more like a heel, isn't it? Just a boot. Ankle boot. I know some things. Like the fact that this front construction comes in front of the tongue and not just kind of like alongside it, and it closes up this area. That's not a good angle. I'm not good at drawing shoes at a 3/4 angle. Who is? Somebody in the comments. I am. Good. Excellent. Please keep doing it and maybe teach me. The world needs you. I had a dream last night that society was being haunted by leprechauns, and leprechauns were like specifically these strange aquatic creatures, and they were sort of like tapeworms. It's not related to anything to do with the video. I just thought that I would share that. I'm going to change up the tongue, actually, have it squish out a little bit. That's what I like about tongues on shoes. Yeah, because they come out at the top. Get the stitching kind of situated. And bring this one down to match this one a little bit better. The least relative to our challenge part of this character is done, I think. Make sure I have most of the lines relatively closed so that my preferred method of coloring can come in. Now it's good. Little moth girl. Okay, she cute. She cute. She's not bad. Not bad for a relatively quick attempt. Okay. Add some seams on her pants, actually. Just realize I'm not done. I like the little details, okay? Now, we move on to the actual challenge, part of our challenge, which is the coloring. Get rid of these lines. Whew, okay. Just go in here. Select you as well. Any other little parts that are overlapping? Not that I can see. Okay. I mean, I feel like the gray that I use is pretty perfect for this because it's not... Darn it! See, this is why I don't do... Or see, this is why I was trying to make sure all those lines were closed. One moment. Right, like this is probably maybe a bit darker, but this is probably about the same gray that I usually use to flood fill my colorable drawings like this. So that's funny. I mean, it makes sense. It's the same color in between black and white. It's like the peacemaker of this inverted color challenge. So skin tone is going to be, I think, especially from what I saw my inverted face in the camera, some sort of lightish blue. But I gotta make sure that it's kind of a mid-tone because otherwise it's just going to be orange. Okay. So like here and then like stay in the middle, I think that's safe. Yeah. Hopefully. Oop, fill in her eye. Wrong color. Okay. And then for her shirt, I guess I could give her a purple shirt like mine. That would probably be greenish. And like darken that up a little bit. I like to do this thing where I kind of make different parts of the shirt different colors slightly. That kind of adds a degree of depth to everything, but this is going to be a little bit more difficult. Thinking darker, but darker means lighter here. Right? Okay. Button here. Button here. I might just fill in these buttons black. I can. White. I mean, that's the color my buttons are. These buttons are a little close together. Doesn't matter. Okay. That's not. You can be white. Okay. But actually black. It's very confusing. Okay, and this is going to be the creepy part. I think I'm going to focus on her face real quick. Not even really going to try to get... Well, maybe I could get like a little bit of an off-white. So like here. Oh. I'm on the wrong layer. Okay, so like a little bit of an off-white. Gosh, what's the opposite of yellow? Blue. Yeah. And then what color do I want her eyes to be? So shirt is purple. I guess I could go for purple eyes as well. That might be cute. Go for like this, but like more saturated. Just gotta remember that it's gonna be darker. Okay. I don't hate it. And then I'm just gonna give her like a jean color. So like pinkish. That might be a very deep blue. But then also like lighter, darker. Ah! Yes. Oh, she looks like a Christmas tree right now. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. And then like we could just go crazy and I could say like blue hair. Kind of a darker blue like that. Hopefully. Let's hope that it's a dark blue. And then maybe also purple for her little fronds, her little antenna here. Light purple. I think. I think the values are, I mean, why wouldn't they be also inverted, right? Right. Right? Oh, I'm so scared. Okay. It doesn't look bad, so I'm happy about that. Now, what color do we want the shoes? I guess I could, like, bring down the hair color so we have more blues throughout the design. Her design is actually probably very cool, like, color value-wise, thinking about it inversed. So, I mean, the shoes aren't the best place for me personally to add a pop of a different color. I guess I could do something like that. Like if I were to take this blue that I used for her skin and kind of like do like a more vibrant version of it. So this way. Light enough? That's gonna be like really orange. Huh. Like a brown, orange sort of thing. I don't know about like that. Okay, maybe like a darker, kinda. Almost. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. That. I think. And then, oop. Okay. And then erase this. I could go in with some details on her skin. So I want it slightly light, or slightly darker, so slightly lighter. Slightly lighter and slightly more saturated, I think. Oh, I'm dragging down some color from the eye. Not my intention. There. There. And then even more saturated on the bottom of the lip. Hopefully this isn't too dark. I can't tell. Maybe some like variety of color in her hair, maybe. Try and make this slightly more difficult for myself. Not that it already isn't. And I might even go for trying to do a pattern on her shirt. Similar to the one on mine, I suppose. Then yeah, let's do some variety of color in her hair. Lighten it, technically darken it. Didn't work. Separate it a little bit. This portion slightly darker. And this portion. Yeah. Make this part extra dark and then go in less dark version in some other areas. Like maybe? Okay, and then let's go straight black ish green. That. Ooh, but wait. Like, saturation is fine. I think saturation goes the same way, but I'm thinking about light versus dark. You go here, 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 here. No, wait. Wait, I want it lighter, so darker. Yes. Okay. And I'm not going to make it exactly the same as mine, but I'm going to try to do something relatively similar. And do it like on a different layer and do like one and then kind of tile it. This. Select two of these guys and tile it differently on the other side because that's how mine turned out. It wasn't totally intentional, but I like it now. It feels like they're flying all around my body. Copy. Paste. Flip. Sure, there's a more efficient way I could do this with Clip. They have a bunch of fun little additives, but I'm just not into learning that today. I might just leave the accents kind of as they are. Partly because it doesn't obviously show like the whole moth in most situations, and also I don't want this to look too busy. Okay, cool. We're almost done with the moths. This is the most time-consuming part of this whole process. Okay. I think that's good. Kind of back up a little bit. Get a look at everything. I should shade it. Okay. One moment. Excellent. Okay. Should I merge? Yeah, let's do that. Oh. That was weird. It kept the layer even though I merged it. That was strange. Okay. Well, weird. And then I'm gonna make this clip to the layer below. Oh, I think basically a sort of mid-tone purple. That's what I usually shade with. Still hoping that this is purple. I think that it is. It's green, which is kind of the opposite of purple, so that makes sense to me. Is this too light? This might be too light considering like here. That might be good. Oh, it's almost the same color as the shirt. Oh, that's gonna get confusing. I am on the right layer, though. This is so weird, like the inverted like shading and stuff, and it's like this is an interesting like obscure art piece, and it's like it's probably gonna look, at least hopefully, relatively normal. I mean, that's the point when I shift it back around, but it's a fascinating thing to look at right now. Screams Christmas, doesn't it? A little bit of white and blue Hanukkah in there for good measure. I can't wait to do the reverse of this, where I'm trying to make something look like it was meant to be, or it was inverted, and then invert the canvas to see how it looks that way. Okay, multiply. Okay, everything looks relatively fine. I think that there's some overlap I can fix up. I should do little shinies in the eyes, though. Ooh, I shouldn't forget that. Otherwise, it might look a little soulless. But it's going to look even more soulless inverted because the shinies will be black. Terrifying, terrifying, absolutely terrifying. More shading around the nose. Okay, and then I'm gonna lower the opacity on this a little bit so it's not quite as jarring. Okay. I am a little bit afraid. Let's change the background actually. Maybe do like a drop shadow. So there's gonna be like a light green, I think. Should be good. And then like a greenish drop shadow, just kind of like a little circle beneath her. Okay. Does that make sense? That is actually the opposite of what I need. 1 second. It needs to be light. I keep forgetting. And I will even sign it. Okay. Who's ready? 3, 2, 1. No more invert. She's so cute! Oh my gosh! Oh, she has darker skin than I imagined that she would, but she's so cute! Look at her! Oh, I messed this up. What did I do it there? I have no clue, but look at her! Color theory for the win! Her shoes are a little samey to her skin tone. But oh my gosh! Ah! Well, I'm gonna fix that little feather, because that wasn't my fault. That wasn't my fault. It probably was my fault, but we're not gonna talk about that. Doesn't matter, because we already chose the color, okay? No clue why you did that, but that's okay. Look at her! It's got kind of like a, almost like an island-like vibe, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, she's so cute! Look at her! I don't know if I would have chosen that blue for the pants specifically, but that's not bad. That is not bad. I'm happy with myself. I'm gonna crop this. What should we call her? I think I'm gonna leave that maybe up to you guys. If anybody wants to comment and figure out this little moth person's name, I would be all ears. That's so fun. That's so fun. I'm glad that I was able to figure out some of the colors that I wanted to do. I don't totally know if this is anything that I would have chosen on my own accord, but you know what? It works. And it's pretty cute. I'm happy with the color scheme here. It seems like it could be some sort of character. Honestly, the little like antenna that I gave her, they're fairly vibrant compared to everything else. I think that I would just make them the same color as maybe like the butterflies. I don't know though. But yeah, y'all let me know what you want her name to be. I am very curious, and I'm terrible at naming characters, so any help would be appreciated. Let me know if you liked the video. Give a like if you liked the video. Maybe subscribe. I'm going to be doing some more art challenges, hopefully a bit more frequently. And at that, I think I'm going to leave this here, and I will see y'all next time.